We are now going to hear from Alice Kendall. We're all chatting. It's good. Dialogue is good. Alina. Sit down. I see you. I just want you to give Alice a very warm reception. She's been serving the women in our community a very long time and has recently decided that it's time for something different. So she'll soon be leaving us, which, yeah, makes me almost want to cry. But thank you, Alice, for all of your hard work and years of dedication and for being such a good mentor to me. So, and here you go, Alice Kendall.
So I just want to first start by acknowledging that we're on Salish unceded territory. And kind of, I guess, define what I'm going to talk about, because I'm not going to talk about necessarily the Stop project and its successes. That is not my area of expertise. And I don't really have, but definitely if you want to ask questions about it, Colin and Laura both here. So. I'm going to preface also by saying that I'm going to talk about women in the community, but it's not to say that this doesn't relate to men, or it's not to say that it does relate to men. But my experience in the community for 16 years has been working at the Home Center. So those are the pieces that I know about. And I also want to say that, you know, my experience is working with women in the Women's Center, and so women that don't come to the Women's Center, I'm not speaking for them. But I'm just talking to the community of women who have access on space, and that I've been able to engage with it. And have the privilege of engaging with it for these many years. And I also want to mention that I rarely speak at these kind of things, and typically because women really do speak for themselves. They're really good at speaking for themselves, and they've always been kind of knowledgeable experts on what works and what doesn't work, and what they need and what they don't need. And that's where I've had the opportunity to learn at the Women's Center, is by listening to women and what they tell me. And so I hope that I'm informed by them as I give, you know, a small amount of information today. And I want to kind of give a little highlight of that as well, I guess, because I remember years ago when the downtown east side was kind of termed as the kind of the pandemic of HIV in the community, and UCH and I guess other health funding organizations funded a lot of average workers and bands and all this kind of thing. This is just a huge influx of this in the community. And they hosted a health fair of some kind at Oppenheimer. And they brought in experts from all over the world, and I remember some doctors from Sweden and and it was so great. And then I was walking down the road, and this woman that used the center stopped me, and we were talking, and she was talking about the whole issue of rice wine, people dying from consuming rice wine. And she said, and this was, I mean, it had to be 10, 12 years ago, and she had said to me, you know, if they want people to stop drinking rice wine, they should just sell cheap wine. Just sell the wine for $2, and people will buy that instead. And we chatted and moved on, and a couple of weeks ago, I was reading this in research, and this new kind of initiative that's coming out about alcohol, and having these centers where people can be, provided with their alcohol. So I think the people are way ahead in terms of what they need, what will work, what we really should listen to. And I think think that this community is really good at it, by the way. I mean, I do think that the Downtown East Side, people are very vocal about what they want, what would work, what they need. And I think people are in the community, generally, are really good at listening to that, which I think is unique, and it's what makes it possible for us all to sit together. People from the community and people, you know, who are the experts or my people, but, you know, can sit together and just have a dialogue, and I don't think that that happens very, very often. So I think that that is unique about the community, and that we could use that as a model for other places. So, anyway, so I'll start. I'm going to talk about, you know, women generally, and kind of what would I want to say about this project is around what makes women unique in terms of providing services to women, and our experience at the Women's Centre. And again, I just want to make it clear that we're just talking about women that come into the centre and what works and what we found works for women in this community. We're a drop-in, Women's Centre is a drop-in centre. Our services are clearly defined as drop-in. We believe in it. We believe in it as a model because women tell us that that's what works. That as soon as you start putting restrictions and sign-ups and appointments and criteria, then you lose people. They're not going to come. So regardless of some of the challenges that people face by accessing the centre, such as waiting and, you know, we believe that this is the way to provide a service. Because people, as we know, have to spend a lot of time surviving in this community. And you have to survive. And often it's you know, you're working all day to get the things that you need. So you need to be able to kind of access us as you can access the Women's Centre and those supports. So we're very committed to that, and we believe in it for everybody. We think that it should be applied generally, because that's how people are going to get the service that we are all being funded to provide, and we should respond accordingly, I think. We're also pretty committed, I guess, to kind of this philosophy of it being a membership-driven organization. And of course, those things come with challenges. I mean, we have funding contracts, we have a collective agreement, we have all these various influences on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. But I think that women particularly experience the centre as a place that they can participate. And definitely, when they don't like how things are going, they have lots to say. And I think, you know, most of the time, women see the centre as being funded because of them and want us to be accountable to that. And I hope that, you know, most of the time that we act accordingly and that we respect that that is in fact the case. And so that it makes it a space where women have ownership and therefore have more voice in telling us how things should and shouldn't happen in the Women's Centre. The population of women that use the centre is very diverse. We have, you know, mostly Aboriginal women, Chinese seniors, single mothers, older women, young women, women in the sex trade, you know, women with disabilities. We have, you know, the gamut of women that access the centre. And with its challenges, of course, because you have a packed place with people with varying needs and desires on how to use that space, there's a huge community that has been developed and huge relationships that have been built. And so that kind of informs how we work. We think that you provide services, women will allow you to provide a service to them when you're invested in building a relationship with them. They don't want to go and see strangers. They want to see that you are trustworthy, that you're invested in working with them at where they're at, So typically when you know, the STOP team or other people that come to the Women's Centre to provide service, we tell them to serve lunch. And not because we need people to help serving lunch, but because that's how you build relationships with people, because you're serving people. And everybody in the Women's Centre serves lunch. Because it's a mark of respect. We don't want women to line up for their food, we want to serve them. But it's also about how, you know, a lot's happen around food, right? I mean, food is not just because we want to be healthy and we need food. It's, you know, families do it, communities do it, people do that. Food is this way to build relationships, to engage with each other, and to share. And